Today we are looking at the latest version of the Elive Linux, which is 3.8.46. Here is the desktop layout, and you get the two options of the kernel, which is 6.11 and also the 6.1. So here is all the system monitor and everything. So let me first show you the system monitor. So these are all the processes running, and about the resources, here are all the resources. So the Elive Linux is from the Belgium, and the desktop environment you get the Enlightenment. And about the file system, here is the file system. So we need to run like a minute to get the system monitor of CPU and the memory. So it's consuming like a 1.9 GB of RAM. So I didn't install anything. The INXI is pre-installed, so the NeoFetch is not yet installed. So if you want to install, you can install NeoFetch, ScreenFetch, or whatever you want. So these are all the resources. So I'm going to close the system monitor because there is already a Kong key here. And there will be some difference in the system monitor when compared to the system monitor when compared to the Kong key. So let me show you once again. So let's go to the system monitor. Let me find the system monitor. So here you should be seeing it should be consuming like a 1.9 GB. And when you check the Kong key, here you should be seeing it's consuming like a 659 MB. So that's the reason never trust on the Kong key or anything like that. Always try it in the terminal, or you can try the terminals, type in like a htop, or you can install btop++, whatever you want. You should be getting the exact resources there. So let me open the terminal, and I already typed the INXI and also the INXI-SV8. So it says my CPU here EFI 1240p, and INXI version is 3.3.36. It's consuming like a 1.95 GB, and I'm using 60 GB of virtual disk. So here you should be seeing, let's first go with the system. When you type in the INXI-SV8, it will grab complete distro information. About the release notes and everything, I'm going to show you in just a few seconds, but I'm going to show you all the important versions and all the audio graphics information first. Then we can go to the release notes. And here it says like a Elive 2283, and the kernel version you get the 6.11. There is also another kernel version available, which is 6.1. You can see that in the boot menu as soon as you boot it up. So you should be seeing the 6.11 and the 6.1. Compiler GCC version you get the 12.2.0. You don't get the latest 14 version, you get the older 12.2. And desktop environment you get the Enlightenment 1.0.30. And when you go to the distro information, here it says like a Elive new Linux 12 Bookworm, and it's based on Debian 12.8, which is the latest version. So if you didn't watch the 12.8 version, you can watch it in my channel because I post every videos, and I will be posting videos daily, and also YouTube shorts and the community post, everything. You should be seeing all the Linux information day to day without missing. And about the RAM, I'm using 8 GB of RAM for the virtual machine, which is a VMware, and the available RAM will be 7.7, and it's consuming around 2 GB. So it's consuming a lot of resources. I don't know why. Usually it should consume like a bit of lesser resources because Enlightenment desktop environment doesn't consume that much of resources, but in this case it's consuming a lot of resources. My CPU, which I already mentioned, EFI 1240p, and flags and vulnerabilities, it's just unnecessary thing for the video. So let's continue with the graphics. Here is the graphics. WGFX version you get the 2.20, and display is X11. Server X Org version is 1.21.1.7. With the X VLAN, there is X VLAN here 22.1.9. And what else we have? Here is my present monitor resolution 1920x1080, but the display size or the font size will be way smaller. You need to change the font size to around like a 120 in order to see all the text and everything. So you need to see those things. So let me show you the settings first. So when you change the display resolution, the font size will be way smaller. So you need to click on the applications menu or the app menu, go to the preference and click on the desktop size and scale, change it to 120. It will be like a 96. Go to 120 or 130, whatever it's good for you. You can change it according to your size. Let me show you that. Let me go to 125 and click on OK, and it's going to take a few seconds and it will change everything in a bit of a bigger size. So this is how it looks. And now let's go with the information. What else we have? The present monitor resolution is 1920x1080, and the available resolutions are right here. And OpenGL version is 4.3 instead of 4.5. You get the Mesa version 24.2.4, which is the latest version. And what else we have? OpenGL version is 4.3, which I already mentioned. About the audio, you get the Pulse Audio 16.1, and the network, drives, partitions, repos. These are all the unnecessary things for the video, so I'm just going to skip all those things. Compiler GCC version, which I already mentioned. INXA version 3.3.36. ZSH, which is 5.9. So we got all the information from the terminal about the distro. So let me close everything. So about the pre-installed applications, you get a bunch of applications. So you get a lot of applications. You don't get any like a few applications here. You get the torrent clients, Google Chrome. Instead of Firefox, you get the Google Chrome, which consumes a lot of resources. So about the system requirements, you can type in like in this browser, or else let me show you in a few minutes or in a few seconds. About the sound, you get a bunch of applications, which I already said. You get a lot of applications like a Blender, Darktable. There is all content creating applications for the students, for the office, everything. You can do whatever you want. You get a bunch of applications. And about the resources, it's consuming a lot of resources. So you need to have like at least a 4 GB of RAM. I think 4 GB of RAM will easily run all the applications, I think, in this distro. About the administration, here is all the administration. About the system monitor, this is how it's consuming 1.9 GB, and cache is like a 632, sorry. Let's close everything. Let's open the internet browser. Let me find the internet. Here is the network. Let me open the browser, which is Google Chrome. And automatically, as default, it's going to play a lot of sounds. So you need to change the settings, and you can change all those things, or else it's going to be a lot of annoying. Let me show you that option also. So when you click on the right click on the options and go click on the settings and click on the sounds, and if you enable the sounds, the default will be enabled, and there will be a warning in the beginning, so you can enable or disable. But if you accidentally enabled it, so it's going to make some sounds. Let me show you like this. I hope you are hearing these things. Let me move the application, so you get a bit of sound for everything. So I hope you are properly hearing everything like this. So that's the thing I said. It's a bit of annoying when you are making a voiceover, but when you don't use, you can turn it on or turn it off. It's clearly up to you. So let me change the settings.
Please select your input focus preferences.
And this is also like a robot voice. You get those things also.
Your audio preferences.
So it's better to turn it off everything, so you can easily use this distribution. So it says don't sign in. I'm just going to not sign in anything. Let's close everything. So let's go to the official website. Just type in Elive Linux, and let's first check the version of the browser. Let's go to the About Google Chrome, and you get the latest version 131. And about the Elive Linux, so this is the official website. So it put the downloads link here, but we're going to remove the downloads, or else you can just click on the home page or the icon. It's going to show you the official website. So if you're a new user or a new Linux user, here is all the information about the Elive Linux. But about the specific latest version, you just need to scroll it up and find the information like on news. Click on the news. First click on the about, and you should be seeing the drop down menu or the menu pop-ups here. Click on the news, and the specific version or the version we are using is 3.8.46, which is in the beta stage. Let's open these release notes, and the main thing is the kernels. You get the 6.11 and also the 6.1. 6.1 is the stable version, so let me show you that also. So here we have the enhanced add privacy in the Chrome, so I'm going to click on got it. Just type in like a kernel.org. And it will take directly to the official website. So here you can see the 6.1 is the long-term version, and the stable version right now is the 6.11, which is the end of life almost. Click on the releases, and here is the complete description of whatever the kernel is mentioned. Like if it's mentioned like a 6.1, It's mentioned as the LTS. As you can see in the back, here is the long term. So the 6.1, 6.12 and all the other things are the LTS versions. And the end of life will be December 2026. Most of them will be December 2026, but the 5.4 will be on the December 2025. So that was some kernel information. Let me close it. And it's based on Debian, which I already showed everything in the terminal, which is 12.8 bookworm, and the sizes will be around like a 3.8 GB and also the 2.9 GB, and precast offline packages. Yes, so these are all the changes. And about the Elive team is pleased to announce. So they said like it's a Christmas gift, because I don't think it's like a Christmas gift, because it's a beta version, it's not the stable version. So it's clearly up to you to decide whether it's a Christmas gift or not. It's clearly up to you. And after years of waiting for the new Enlightenment desktop, E26 is alive. So when in the booting process or in the after the booting process, you get a bunch of options like a E26 and everything. I didn't show everything because a lot of people doesn't watch complete video, so they said show the main thing. So that's the reason I ended up making like these videos. Or else usually my videos will be from the booting till the end of shutdown. So usually I make those type of videos, but people are not interested in those things. So I just booted up, I just continued the video from the desktop layout. Or else usually I'll make from all the booting process, booting options, everything. I usually show that, but people doesn't care that much. So that's the reason I'm just starting from the desktop environment, from the desktop layout. So it's clearly up to you to like it or not. So I'm just going to show you all this information. So they said we have finally started the development, and this is the first version that includes it. The desktop is not yet fully ready. It is still lacks some integration with the OS or the operating system, correct designs, and there are some instabilities in the desktop, but you can already start playing with it. However, this should be a concern, as E16 is still included as the stable option. Featuring of years development being integrated correctly in Elive makes it the perfect stable choice for your daily work. So this version includes also the installer, capitative portal Wi-Fi, and tablet like computers, Wine, menu and applications, desktop. So usually you get all those things like a Wine, menu and applications, desktop. There is like a captive portal and also installer. So these are all the fixed things, and these are all the changes. So it's still in the beta version, so it's clearly up to you to decide whether to try it or not. But if you want to try it in the virtual machines or like a live boot, don't try to install it on the main PC or work PC. That's the only thing I'm going to say here. And about the Elive Linux system requirements, let me show you that. Just type in like a Elive Linux and just type in like a S, and you should be seeing the system requirements. Click on it, and here you should be seeing all those information. They say like a 256 MB of RAM. It's in the Wikipedia, so we can't say anything. Maybe the older version should be running on the 256 MB of RAM. So the latest version doesn't run on the 256 MB of RAM, because let me show you the RAM consumption right now. It shows like almost like 961 MB, but when you open the system monitor, let me show you the exact thing. So if you don't believe 2.8 GB, so let me show you the desktop also, so you can get exact resources consumption. Here is the desktop pre-installed, and here is all the information. So it shows like a 953 MB, and here is the exact RAM. But in the system monitor, it's showing like a. So I don't know what to believe here. Maybe we should believe on the Conky or on the system monitor. I don't know. Usually the system monitor will be always right, but in this case it's showing like a 2.7 GB. And here you can see in the desktop it's showing like a 930 MB, and in the Conky you should be seeing the 929 MB here. So I don't know what to say here. So this is all the system requirements. It's better to have like a 2 GB or 4 GB of RAM in order to run almost every Linux distribution. In order to run like a 70 to 80% of every Linux distribution, you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM, dual core processor, and also about the monitor 1366 x 768 or the 1920 x 1080. And about the hard disk, you need to have like a 60 GB in order to run everything. But if you have like an older laptop or any older PC, you can just use the lightweight desktop environment. You don't need to buy a new things or anything like that. There are a lot of lightweight desktop environment which consumes just like a 500 MB or 600 MB. I made a tons of videos in my channel because I cover like a 3000 to 4000 videos of every Linux distro. So you can easily watch my videos and get all those information. Or else if you don't want to watch my videos, you can just use the Google search engine or the chat GPT or Google Gemini, like these AI tools. Just type in like a lightweight Linux distributions and the RAM like under 1 GB of RAM, and you should be getting all the information. And you need to try it on your own, and you can decide whether it's going to perform properly or not. You don't need anyone to judge, you don't need anyone to say whether it's good or not. You can easily judge it on your own by trying a bunch of distributions. So that was some information about the resources and also some alternatives. So let me close the browser. So those were the main changes about the installer. You already know how to install the Elive Linux. So I'm just going to show you the installation process. I'm not going to completely show the installation process, but I'm just going to show you some basic things here. So it says like updating the installer before the installation. So it's Enlightenment desktop environment. Most of the people like Enlightenment distributions. It's clearly up to you whether you like it or not. Do let me know in the comment section. Enabling automatic reports can notify you of fixes for any issues you encounter. It also helps make Elive more stable by allowing us to identify and fix errors. No personal data is sent. Doing so, you are also supporting the entire community. So I'm just going to click on no. You decide whether to click on yes or no. It's clearly up to you. And about the pre-installed applications, you get a bunch of applications which I already showed everything. And also I showed the distro information like audio, graphics, everything. And about the packages, here are all the packages. And here is the installer optimization for automatic disk partition. More than one operating system system found. Migration and upgrade modes. So it's clearly up to you to do whatever you want. If you want some tutorials, you can watch my previous videos, or you can check other channels. There are a lot of tutorials on how to install. So I'm just going to close everything and let me show you some other things. Here are all the packages. It's still loading few things. And let me show you the about. Here is the packages version. Here are all the things. It's going to take a few seconds and it should be giving everything. So my disks are already partitioned. So I'm just going to cancel everything because I don't want to install anything here because I need to make another video. And here are all those things. So packages, you can check all those things on your own. About the other things, let me show you the about Enlightenment. I already showed you everything in the terminal itself, so there is literally nothing left. About the themes, you get a bunch of themes here, like almost like a 10 themes. And you can choose whatever you want. You can choose the retro wave. So it kind of looks good, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And about the desktop backgrounds, you can change the backgrounds. It's going to automatically change a few seconds. So I kept it like a normal one. So I just choose this single wallpaper, but there are a few wallpapers. In the beginning, it's going to change automatically just like 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds, it will be changing new wallpapers, but I changed the same wallpaper for everything. So I'm just going to keep it like that. So this was the video of Elive Linux 3.8.46, and also it's a beta version. So that's the reason I'm not going to go through everything. So I showed all the basic things and important changes here. So, and also you can also find in the release notes. So I'm just going to end the video here. And if you like the video, give the thumbs up button. And also if anything in the misspellings throughout the video, there are misspellings throughout the video, try to ignore all those things because I'm a bit of tired. So try to ignore those things and you should be getting all those information. And you should be getting the you should be seeing all the release notes before installing and also everything. And I also showed you the system requirements. So it's better to try it on the virtual machines instead of the main PC or work PC because it's in the beta version. And here is like a few applications like a Wi-Fi and network. So you can try it everything on your own and give your opinion in the comment section. It helps me and also it helps other viewers also. And other than that, I'm going to end the video right here. Let's try to go to the logout screen. Yes, logout. Let's see how it looks on the logout screen. So there is no password or anything. So let's wait for a few more seconds. Let's see what happens. So it automatically logs you in again. So I'm just going to shut it down. And thanks for watching. Peace out.